Hi ladies, so here is my really quick video on how, well, I'll say it's quick, but honestly, it takes a few minutes to get the kefir to work, or to strain, I think it's the right word. So I'll show you how it works. So this is what it looks like. So my jar, my lid is not sealed, but I'm going to seal it now so I can get this close to you. This is what it looks like. You can see it's got some, not really, I mean, maybe a tiny bit of separation here and a little bit down here. That's kind of what we're looking for. We don't want too much separation, but this shows that it's working. And what I do is I do my second ferment right into my blender. That's just what I do because I find it easier, and I'm going to go ahead and make the shake or smoothie today. I'm going to get my sorry, so I had mine in this morning. Okay, sorry about that. I take this to the gym with me for my breakfast after I work out. I'm going to show you what I do. Okay, so this is my kefir, and again, you don't close your lid tightly, and you want plastic. So what I had been doing, because I couldn't find this, I knew I had some, I took one of the plastic, for this size jar, this is what I have to do for this one, I took one of the little plastic, like straw ones, and then wrapped it in plastic wrap because I didn't have anything plastic. Okay, so what I do, like I said, I put this straight into my jar. I think technically you're not supposed to use this because I think this might be like stainless steel or something, but I've had no issues. And again, so this is what mine came, well, this is not what mine came in. Mine came one just like this. This is what I keep my like yogurt boost packs. I have no idea what to call things, but it's really little, like it's super little. But this is what my kefir grains came in. I did them twice, like refresh I think is the right word, and then started doing my kefir, and they have exploded so much. I've already given 2 of these full away. Okay, so I'm going to try and talk while I do this. Again, as I've said a few times, the reason I don't have a cooking show, this will be one of them. So I just put my strainer right here, like on my blender. And this is, it looks really gross if you can't handle stuff like this. This is what it looks like sitting on the top of my jar. But this is fine, I promise. I don't like cottage cheese. I don't like plain yogurt. I don't even like milk. But I feel like if I can handle this, so many people can as well. The other day I told my husband, I said, you want to know what our drink is called that we're drinking every morning? And he said, no, don't tell me. And we do Serene Yuck Yum Bitty. Okay, so I take a clean spatula. What are these things called? Well, I feel like every time I go live, my brain stops working. So what I do is I just kind of gently go back and forth. So yesterday when I did this at the very end, I scraped some of the kefir grains into the blender, but I didn't care. Like, you can actually make recipes with all your extra kefir grains. Okay, so the kefir grains, I don't know how somebody invented this. Supposedly, like, it just happened naturally in the Caucasus Mountains. I think that's up in like Russia somewhere in the mountains, or at least near Russia. And it happened in like, I don't know, a shepherd's pouch or something. But how did it just happen the one time? My brain doesn't understand that. Okay, so I just kind of move it back and forth. And then I also, when I wish I had a better camera set up. Oh boy. When I bang, it comes out much faster. And you can kind of see how thick it is. And then, so I've got all my little kefir grains. Let's see, let me scrape the bottom. Live videos are great because you can make all kinds of mistakes and it's live. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. I really need to get a bigger one of these because it just seems to take so long. So what I like to do is I just kind of push this to the side. The longest part really is the straining. That's what takes the most time. So if I had a bigger one of these, I feel like it would go so much faster. And I just move it back around and back around. Okay, so I'm going to talk about kefir while I'm trying to do this, so I can't look at the camera the whole time because I'll probably knock and make a huge mess and knock this everywhere. So if your kefir starts to separate, which mine did last year when I was doing it, and I didn't know what was wrong. It was too warm in my house, and I had too many kefir grains in the amount of milk I was using. And all I use is, this is just the milk from Aldi or Walmart. It is pasteurized, but it's not ultra pasteurized. And that is what I've heard, is you do not want, like organic is often ultra pasteurized, so you don't want that milk. But pasteurized is fine. Okay, so red is whole milk. In my research, when you make kefir with whole milk, this is me reading, this is not me doing tests. Like I could do a test on bone density, but anyway. So when you use whole milk and you make kefir, what happens is it produces vitamin K and I don't know what else, and it helps your bones and stuff go strong. And since I'm running a few times a week, and as I'm getting older, you don't want to get any hairline fractures in my feet. And since I'm 47, I want to make sure my bone density stays up. So every time I go to the store, next week I'm going to buy skim milk. And then the next week I'm going to buy whole milk. Oh, thank you. And just because I don't want to always have an S kefir smoothie yuck yum bitty. So my idea is just to swap out each week. So 1 week skim milk, 1 week whole milk. And then with that I can also, I know Serene, you know, she's kind of bossy. I don't mean that in a mean way, but like, I know one of her recipes, she said, if you can't do that, then don't make my recipe. So I alter almost everything of hers. And so for the Yuck Yum Bitty, and for my husband to drink it because he's really picky about stuff, I'd like to have like the skim milk week, be able to make it like with maybe some frozen bananas in there for him and stuff like that. Anyway, so let's go back to the separation part. If you can't tell, I got a little ADHD in me. All right, so if yours starts to separate and has like that whey separation, like hurts and whey, you definitely need to strain it quicker. You need to look at your amount of grains. I think these are called kefir grains, I'm pretty sure. You want to check and see if you have too many. And sorry if this is loud. This is the fastest way for me to get this through here. Okay, I'm almost done. Now Serene, I'm 99% sure says she reuses the same jar. I don't know. I don't know. Like I get nervous about that. I feel like that just makes me feel yuck. I don't know. Milk is questionable to me. I don't like milk. Cannot stand milk, and rotten milk makes me want to gag. Like nasty. Anyway, so I like to use a clean jar at least every other time. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. So I've already given away. So when did I do this? I think I started this like a week ago. I've given away, what did I do with it? This is a small area. How can I lose something? Oh, it's right here. I've given away 2 of these already, and I could fill 1 more up, plus maybe some more with all of this. And this amount right here will do a full quart of milk. But I want to show you what I do with this. So for the second ferment, which you don't have to do, the second ferment happens pretty fast, about 1 or 2 hours at least for me. I'm in Texas, and it's still hot. I have a bag of frozen strawberries, and I just drop 1 in or 2. Now Serene uses baobab, so I have baobab in my Yuck Yum mix, but I still go ahead and add a little bit. Okay. My fingers are wet, the thing is down. Okay. So then I just take, I don't even know how much this is. I don't know, maybe a tablespoon or so. And then I just mix it in. So I've got the baobab in here, about a tablespoon or so, and 2 strawberries. as I splash it around. Then I'm just going to let this sit with my blender lid on, and then when it's ready to make the yak yum, then I'll come back. So in a couple of hours, I'll come back and I will make our yak yums for tomorrow. Now I've got a hilarious story. So for anyone who stays on this long, I've got a story for you. So this is what I take mine in. My husband's is blue and white. Color doesn't matter. It's great. I clean it when I get home. I scrub this, and then I make our yak yums the night before. I put them in the fridge, and then we take them with us. Well, I made one for him maybe Wednesday last week. He didn't drink it. I sent it back with him Thursday. He didn't drink it. It's my puppy. Maggie. And then, Friday his truck was broke down. So Saturday we had to go out because he won some auctions for things that we don't need. And I was going to drink it. So we're sitting in the car. I had just finished getting ready. I opened this. I learned something real fast. It literally shot out, hit the whatever your front mirror is called, or what mirror, windshield in my car. It was going everywhere, all over the radio, and then I, of course, quickly shut it, but I couldn't move because I had Kefir all over my hands, this bottle, my car, well, not this bottle, but it doesn't matter. So I have learned by also reading, but Kefir, as it sits, it develops like a CO2 and becomes more effervescent is the word that they use. So it can build up, and I'm assuming that because this is sealed pretty tight, it was not able to release any of that CO2. So just a warning, if you let it sit around for a little bit, it might build up some effervescence, and if it's in something like this, it will shoot out. And so that I showed my daughter later that day. I was like, you're going to have to see this. And I took the rest of the shake outside because I wasn't going to drink it after that. I was too scared. Again, rotten dairy products are one of my, I cannot do it. Anyway, and I opened it and it shot up to the tree and everything. So just don't be like me with that. Just learn from my crazy lesson. All right, so I then take these little guys. Okay. Just put them in the clean jar, which again, Serene says you don't have to keep swapping out the jars. And I would take Serene's word on it because I know she does more than I do. And then I will put a lid on it, obviously not this one because this one is too big. And I will just sit it on my counter. And you close your lid a little. But you do not want it on tight. You just want it on just slightly closed. Okay. So I have a hot mess happening. I've got dinner in the crock pot. While I am in the middle or letting this second ferment, I'm going to try to make a no-bake pumpkin pie, and we'll see how that turns out. That's not what this video is about, but that's what I'm going to do in between. And I didn't have my cream cheese out, so I'll put it on my crock pot to kind of soften. Anyway, it really is easy. I probably talked way too much. The longest part for me is getting it through the strainer, and like I said, I think if I have a bigger strainer, it's going to happen so much quicker. I think within 5 minutes max, you're done straining. And if you've been around here, you know one of my sayings about myself is either I'm lazy or smart or both. And I think that straining it directly into my pitcher that I'm about to make the shakes with for tomorrow, lazy, smart, whatever it is. So I'll be back in a little bit, probably about 2 hours, and we will make our yak yums for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, you can ask. I can't promise I'll know. I'm still relearning about Kefir. I used to do Kefir a long time ago, but I might be able to help. That's it. Hope you're having a great Wednesday.